Hello everyone, my name is Christina. Imagine if you're in a bathroom stall and you look up and a stranger is peering through the crack of your stall. There's nothing you can do if they say that they're transgender and you don't want to look like a bigot. Today I will be going over the reasons why transgender bathrooms are not a good idea. It causes too much controversy. Biology conquers appearance. It's unsanitary, and there have already been a number of crimes committed using this transgender law. Gender identity can be the same or different from their sex assigned at birth. Being transgender does not imply any specific sexual orientation. Therefore, transgender people may identify as straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, etc. This would allow a man who is dressed as a woman, whether he identifies himself as a woman or not, to be allowed into the women's bathroom with your daughters, sisters, mothers, wives, aunts, grandmothers, the list goes on and on. Although he appears as a woman, he could be heterosexual, gay, lesbian, bisexual, or even a child predator. The Obama administration issued guidance allowing transgenders to use the bathrooms matching their identity of the students. It's allowed in schools. Today I'll be talking about transgender bathroom law, biology of the opposite sex, sanitation of men and women's bathroom, and I'll be naming a couple of the crimes that have been committed already. First, I'll go over transgender law and its controversy. On May 13, 2016, the Obama administration announced that public schools allowed transgender students to use bathrooms matching their gender identity. The letter does not carry the force of a law, but the message was loud and clear. Either you fall into line and obey the guidance, or you face a loss of school funding. There are 11 states that are suing the Obama administration that don't agree with this law, or so-called law. Students do not need to undergo medical treatments or be diagnosed with transgender dysphoria to use the bathroom of their choice. The DSM-5 states for a person to be diagnosed with gender dysphoria, they must be marked different. Between them. There must be a marked difference between the individual expressed or experienced gender and the gender others would assign him to. So they have to be noticeable as the other sex by either themselves or people that see them can tell that they are a woman or man. And it must continue for at least 6 months. Without diagnosis, a transgender individual cannot receive medical coverage for his treatment if they pursue treatment. If your child has any other disorders, they must be diagnosed before they accommodate the child's needs at the schools. Why should it be any different with transgender children? The DSM-5 has recently changed transgender disorder to transgender dysphoria. The definition of dysphoria is a feeling of unease or satisfaction. If someone is dissatisfied with their gender and chooses to dress as the opposite sex, They have changed their appearance, but their biology is still the same. When there are no hormone treatments involve both female and male, release pheromones that attract the opposite sex. It's in their bodies, they can't control it. A person with gender issues using the restroom or for his or her biological equipment is not going to suffer any, but to change the standing rules would put the privacy and safety of women and girls at risk, according to USA Today. The real truth is that women can be attacked in both bathrooms, whether it's transgender or not. According to USA Today, a transgender woman isn't a man in a dress, regardless of having male genitalia or not. It's the same for transgender men. Their sexual identity is in their brain, not their body. Now that we've gone over the biology of males and females, let's go over sanitation. Men's bathrooms are disgusting. I'm sure everyone can agree that a man leaves the seat up most of the time. Even the cleanest males have accidents caused by splashback, which causes drops of urine to splash back at their body while using the bathroom. And this falls either on their clothes or on the floor. When going into bathrooms, I always notice that men's bathrooms always smell stronger. They smell and they reek of urine. A transgender individual that has not undergone gender reassignment will still use the bathroom according to their gender, whatever body parts they have. So male will go pee the way males do, and females will go pee the way females do. This goes for women as well. Women have a monthly cycle and need even more accommodations than men, which are not available in a men's bathroom. Lastly, I will go over crimes that have been committed by transgenders that take advantage of this new decree. A transgender isn't looking for sex when they use the bathroom. They're looking to use the bathroom. This isn't always the case though. In an article in the Daily Wire, 5 times transgender men abused women and children in bathrooms, talks about incidents that happened using the transgender law. In Seattle, a man used a transgender bathroom to gain access to the women's locker room on 2 different occasions while little girls were changing for swim practice. He began undressing. It was reported to the staff, but they couldn't do anything about it because he said he was transgender, so the police were not called. In Toronto, a man claimed to be transgender, and he sexually assaulted several women claiming to be Jessica. That's what his name was, after gaining access to the women's bathroom. Her tights were pulled down, and when he was caught, they yelled at him and said, "What are you doing?" And he just said, "Oops," and he giggled. In Virginia, a man dressed in drag and was arrested for peeping 2 women and a 5-year-old. Today, I talked about controversy, biology, sanitation, and crimes of transgender bathrooms and why it would not work out. I have neither bad nor good feelings towards transgenders since I have never dealt with any of these issues before. It wouldn't be very difficult for someone with the wrong intentions to take advantage of this opportunity for the LGBT community. Since a diagnosis is not required, how can anyone be sure who's telling the truth or not? Thank you.